Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Afternoon Market Action, a.k.a. Western Wednesday. My name is Glenn.
Hey, my name's Ryan.
And we're going to be your host for like the next 6 days. We're going to go on a 6-day marathon. No, not really.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, we're not going to do that. All right, if you can hear us, by all means, please let us know in the chat that we are coming across loud and clear. Jeff says, 2 stocks, CELH, Celsius, up 65%, and EME up 86%. I'm sure he, The alert hit? Excellent.
Market just keeps rocking.
Excellent.
Rocking? Did I spell it wrong?
No, that's all I get. ROCKI.
It was just too much. Okay. Well, the market does. And look, Jeff puts another one. MBC up 42%. Thanks, VectorVest. Man. So, the first thing before we get started, if you are brand new to the channel or you've been around for a while and you want to get up on some of these stocks that we talk about, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to let us know that you want to be in on these, whether it's on a video that we do, on a short that we do, on a live stream that we do. Mm-hmm. We try hard to give a lot of fish, don't we, Ryan. Ryan. I didn't call you Patrick, though. So I'm just saying I didn't call you Patrick.
At least the names are getting closer.
Oh, they're getting closer. All right. So that's what we do, folks. We try to give you the best guidance that we can in regards to what's going on in the market and stocks for you to take a look at. So,
a lot of stocks mentioned in the comments here.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see a lot of people are making money right now.
It's just Jeff. Jeff is just putting them in one by one. It's just Jeff. Hi, Janice. It's just Jeff. But a lot of these stocks are stocks that we've talked about on multiple occasions. So, Jeff, glad that you're making Brian and Glenda. Really?
Brian,
really? Really?
Glenda, yes.
No. What you mean, Joey, Glenda? Yes.
Can we go ahead and just change his name on the screen to Glenda instead of Glenn?
All right. God, we're going to stay here until 4 o'clock today. Keep messing around. We're going to stay till 4 o'clock today. And in the background, of course, we have Joey. You can all say hi to Joey as well. All right. So let's get right into what's going on in the market. We're going to bring up the market timing graph. All right. And the market timing graph shows us this market, just like I said in the alert, the market just keeps on rocking. It just rocks. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's sustainable. Ryan, your feeling?
I mean, we've got to be getting close to the top here soon.
And when, we don't know. The MTI is at 11. And this is an interesting point right here. The market is moving up, but the MTI is only at 1.32. So that just tells me the market is rotating into a lot of these high dollar stocks. Or right now, because the market is moving higher, people are getting into those low cap growth stocks. So it's not just AI anymore, part of the FOMO. With the market moving up the way that it is, people are getting a little bit more risky, putting the money into the lower caps. And maybe they're starting to take off a little bit as well. Eugene says Patrick got him into Celsius. All right. Ryan got some sun in the mountains. You do look, something? Yes. You do look kind of reddish.
It was beautiful up there in Winter Park.
He showed me a video of riding on a 2-hour ride through the mountains on the train. Holy smokes. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, if you ever go to Winter Park Resort, they have the Winter Park Express train ride. Takes you back to Denver. Definitely worth the $60. It was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
All right. And how about this? Jazz says, went into a crypto today, bought some Ethereum. Ryan likes Ethereum.
Yes, big Ethereum person. We're still seeing, crypto in general rally along with, other parts of the market. So, and the Ethereum ETF, there's still speculation on that. So I think, some of that news, some of that hype, I still think Ethereum's got some room to grow just based off that ETF alone.
And Bitcoin is going to have.
Yeah, that should happen later this month or April, depending on the miners.
I think it's April. Glenn, aren't you on vacation? No, it's this weekend. I go this weekend. Thursday is my last day, and then I'll be back on next Tuesday. All right, and Jazz says it's April. All right, Joey, put me in the stories now. Can I do? Oh, I can do that? Man, I just don't know what I can and can't do anymore.
Oh, Jazz, no yard sales on the ski trip. No yard sales.
What do y'all think about BITO dividend? Seems too good to be true. 12%. Listen, normally if you feel it's too good to be true, it probably is. I am in IBIT key. That's the ETF I am in. Ryan, are you in any ETF for crypto?
Nope, just Ethereum.
Okay, there you go.
I've got a couple other smaller coins, but mostly Ethereum.
Oh, you mean like Dogecoin?
Well, I have Elon Doge Mars. I don't know if you've seen it, but it went from like it's up like 400% in the last 2 months. I'm glad it is.
Is it a penny yet?
No, it's like 0.000000 something.
And you're right, Kevin. IBIT has got no dividend, but IBIT doesn't have a dividend, but BITO does. It might be a better play, especially if you want to get extra money on it. I've been stuck with GLMR, and now it's slowly moving. All right. So let's talk about one of the, in the beginning, I always like to talk about what's moving the markets from an economic standpoint. 2 reasons why the stocks are rallying despite a hot CPI. And I think it's a lot of people out there, to include myself, is like, wait a minute, the CPI, and I didn't want to use the word hot. It came in warmer than expected. CPI came in warmer than expected, and the market went up. I was like, So, couple of things, and I'm going to add a third thing. Ryan, I want your opinion on this as well. Inflation ran hotter than expected last month, yet stocks rallied anyway. This is an important departure from the very dominant multi-year trend. All right, inflation is stabilizing, and it's at its long-term average level. That means we did not beat it down further. We just need to keep it from going back up, and that's exactly what's happened. 1. 2. The only thing keeping inflation above 2% right now are housing costs, which is inflationary, and those are set to roll over in the next 12 months. That's a long time when you're looking at whether the Fed is going to cut interest rates or not. As they do, inflation should progress towards 2%, putting it comfortably below the long-term average. Now, the third thing that I want to add to this from a perspective is, as the market's moving up, the market's moving into different directions outside of the Magnificent Seven. People are getting into those lower dollar stocks, but the big thing is that the idea that there is going to definitely be a rate cut, and the Fed said in the third quarter, which puts it in July or later, is what's keeping this market going. Do you agree or disagree on that, Ryan?
I definitely agree. I mean, I did a short yesterday, I don't know if you watched it, Glenn, on CPI, where it's flatlined, essentially, and between about 3.1 to 3.4. I said, as long as it stays within that range, we're likely to get, interest rate cuts, or at least something from the Federal Reserve. But if it gets back above 3.4, I see an uptrend in inflation occurring, which I think the Federal Reserve would definitely want to, pause or take that a little bit more seriously. As long as we're staying in the low threes, I think we'll be good with that. So,
the decision is going to be data driven. He says that over and over again.
Always data driven.
It's going to be data driven. So we'll keep our eyes on that. So that was to answer the question why CPI came in a little warmer than expected and the market is still rising. All right. Couple of stories. You guys know I like me some Palantir. Palantir's strategic expansion, AI innovations, and financial fortitude. Palantir has experienced strong financial performance, high revenue growth. The company offers 4 products, and they've got a new platform. So they've had Apollo, Gotham, and Foundry, those 3. Now they have a new platform, which is going to take them even higher. Its expansion into the artificial intelligence industry through its AIP platform, a whole new product now, is expected to drive significant gains in net margins and revenues. I did a short on this morning. Not sure if you watched it, but I wanted to go a little bit more into that. That adds to all of the contracts that Palantir is getting. It adds another level of productivity, expandability on the platform, specifically in the AI space. So I think the sky's the limit to a certain degree for Palantir. All right, so that's on my list today. And one of Ryan's stories. a look inside the Chinese cyber threat at the biggest ports in U.S. Do you want access to the?
No, I could just look at it on mine.
Okay.
But essentially, 80% of trade, the cranes used at these ports are made in China. And that the U.S. government has claimed in recent testimony, the top key point here, uses Chinese software. Now, I did a video on CrowdStrike like 2 weeks ago. I forgot the number, but it was like a couple $1 billion that the U.S. government is now investing into these cranes and the software utilized at these ports. CrowdStrike is in a great position to land some of those contracts. I know you've done a lot of cybersecurity stocks lately. So this being a story here, just another reason, another reminder that cybersecurity is not a space you'd want to miss out on the potential on. So that's why I got CrowdStrike in the list today. So I think, just with everything going on in the world today, this included, cybersecurity is a great place to be.
I think we need to hire Akshaya because he says these are old stories. I'm looking at this. This was posted today. I don't know where Akshaya gets his news from, but he says these are old stories. I'm seeing that, we try very hard to give more recent stories as to what's going on. So Akshaya, I think you live in a whole different world than we do. And you know something? It is what it is. And I'm just saying. I don't know how much older, and it was at 8:35 this morning. It was at 8:35 this morning, and that's an old story. Sigh. Nor we got fish coming. All right. Next one. This is one story with 4 different stocks. All right. 4 stocks to watch on Wednesday. Tesla, Sentinel-1, which is reporting today. I was going to do a short on it. But I did not. I do like the stock though. Tesla, okay. A no. Slipping more than 2%. Wells Fargo cut it. It's out of the Magnificent Seven. It's the only one that doesn't have a valuation of $1 trillion or greater. Ryan did a short or a story on the stock, talking about it should be kicked out and what he thought should have replaced it. So,
I've mentioned it twice. I said Bitcoin kind of meets it. I know it's not a
poopy.
stock.
That's straight poopy.
But if you're not going to do Bitcoin, I think Broadcom. Okay. It's got over $1 trillion valuation. It's big tech. It's done well.
I'd rather go with Broadcom than with crypto. All right. All right. So next story is on Lennar. Stocks will be in focus, blah, 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 blah. The big thing about me in regards to this, that the mortgage rates declined, applications rose in the week of March 7th. That was last week. Lennar's results will also come after a larger rival, D.R. Horton earnings, reported late in January, and they had disappointing quarterly orders. I think that Lennar may just fall right in that same category, so I am bearish on Lennar. Sentinel-1 on the other side will garner some attention with the cybersecurity. Ryan has done videos on cybersecurity, and so have I. Sentinel-1 was something that I did bring to the table to VV Nation a while ago, and people have let me know that they've made some good money on Sentinel-1. It was one of the stocks in the cybersecurity that not everybody knew about. So It was something that was new, blah, blah, blah. I think Sentinel-1 beats, and I like that play. And my other stock that I don't like is Boeing. Boeing just can't get a foot going in the right direction. The plane, United Airlines said that they're going to, well, it wasn't them. I think it was American said they were going to have to cut back on some of their flights because the orders for the new Boeings won't be there. So it's not only that Boeing is getting jacked up, but other people who buy from Boeing are getting jacked up. And I did talk about a good alternative to Boeing right now is Airbus. So I have both Boeing in my list as a bearish ticker symbol, but I do like Airbus. They're just sitting in the sidelines waiting to pick up some of those orders. All right. There it is. And Ryan's got more on Tesla. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tesla in the hot seat, as you just mentioned, with one of your positions here. Now, Wells Fargo changed its price target. It cut it to $125 from $200, which was trading around $200. I haven't looked at it quite today. I know it's below $200 now. But anyways, I mean, that's almost a 30%, more downside action implied by the bank itself. So, as you've done a great job covering the story, especially with their competition, their price war with the Chinese EV makers, a lot of headwinds, weak demand, more transitions that we're seeing to hybrid vehicles rather than fully electric. So I'm going short Tesla. There's just a lot of negative news, not only with the stock, but with the industry itself right now being EVs. So I think this will be a good short here.
What's coming out tomorrow? Isn't it PPI, Linda? It is
PPI.
It's PPI tomorrow.
Producer.
So if they are showing that prices are going up, that's also inflationary as well. But I think if there's some cooling there, that gives the market more fodder to keep moving higher. Or it may just do the same thing like CPI did. It could come in warmer and people are still looking forward to having the rate decrease and just say, forget this. This is all built in and blah, 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 blah. Boeing and Tesla paying on puts. Absolutely. If you want to, that's the way to play those two stocks at all would be to buy puts. You're probably going to make a lot of money. I was going to say something else. But you're going to probably make a lot of money. That's probably the better way to play those, whether it's Tesla, whether it's Boeing, is to buy puts. You agree?
Yeah, no, definitely. I would definitely see puts being good on Tesla right now.
Short Apple too. I got something coming out next week on Apple that you guys are going to need to watch. I think it's going to probably be the Tuesday video. It's going to be a new term in this whole space of AI that I need you guys to start paying attention to. I think we're going to start talking about it before everybody else is. That's going to be the Tuesday video, and Apple is included in this. So right now, Apple is a tough play. I do agree, but I think that there are some promising things on the horizon for Apple. I might be getting back in the saddle with Apple come next week. We'll see. And we only got one more story. Look at that, Ryan. It's only 2:17 p.m.
You never know. You never know. That's good. We have more time to talk about their stocks.
That's right.
Now, ARM, obviously I've been promoting ARM on the channel for a while now. Now, one of the concerns was their lockup agreement for their IPO services. I know a lot of people put this in the comment section. What do you think is going to happen? Well, that occurred yesterday, March 12th. Now, ARMS, it's called an F1 filing to its IPO, which stipulates 180-day lockup period that expires March 12th. So the fear is that a lot of investors will want to sell this position since they've made a bunch of money on it, causing, some price pressure on the stock itself. What we see today, not much selling pressure there today. The article pretty much says, not only, so SoftBank owns 90% of the company.
I thought they owned it all. I thought SoftBank bought them.
No, so they own 90% of the shares, outstanding shares. So the 10% is owned by everybody else. So the big fear was SoftBank would be, wanting to drop ARM essentially since they've already made so much money off them. However, this article states that, let's see, so SoftBank and its founder, Masayoshi, I probably butchered that, Sun's broader picture AI ambitions. Specifically, Sun is leading SoftBank in the creation of a new $100 billion fund for investing in the build out of additional AI processor capacity.
Holy smokes, $100 billion. Would it be?
Yeah. So, now that they have a great company being ARM in the AI space. So the fear here, the fear could be relieved here because, they have a personal connection, to this space in general as far as AI. So, that being said, if they're not selling their shares, I might actually put some pressure on the stock to go up even more since they own so many of it.
All right. Charles says, Joey, tell us some picks, please. Oh, Joey's sitting right here. Oh, you ain't got no picks. He's sitting right next to me today. He's riding side saddle. SoftBank is the investment, says Neil. Okay. That's all the stories we got today. Holy smokes. Not us being done with stories. So let's talk about giving some fish. Let's talk about giving some fish.
Well, we got to do the picks from last week.
Oh, I got to get into the salt. Let me handle this. All right. So we looked at what was going on in the market. All right. The reasons why, even with warm CPI numbers, that the market is still moving higher. I do like that as the market's moving higher, we're not at a level of being overbought yet. The MTI is not telling us that. It is what it is. All right. Now, let's get into the viewers tab. Let's go see what the indices are doing. Got a mixed market today. The Qs are slightly down. Spiders are flat to up. There it is. The IWM. That's where money's going outside of Magnificent Seven, tech, chips, AI. People are getting more comfortable with the move of the market to get into the lower dollar, higher risk stocks. The Dow is up 0.27 and our composite is up about 0.3%. Notice that the VIX has gone down. We're still not at the value of 20. Once we get to a price level of $20 on the VIX, that's where the fear comes in. Right now, we're more greedy than fearful, and it is what it is. Good time to still buy stocks. Let's go to the homepage real quick. There it is. VectorVest does advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. We got a lot of green in the color guard as well. All right. All our market timing signals are up. So let's go back to the viewers. Let's go look at, all right, starting to give you some fish right now. AMA, big movers. Now, these stocks are stocks that I have in a search. I've got a search to find these stocks. What I want is not only that these stocks are moving up, but they've got good upside potential, that they've got good earnings growth rates. Notice that all of these stocks are nicely double-digit earnings growth rate, 20 and more. All right? But this is the big secret behind this, the percentage volume change. These stocks are not only moving up today, but they're blowing their average volume out of the water. So there's a lot of conviction to the moves on these stocks. I got gold, I got Grupo Mexico, Permafix, and Flowtech. All of these stocks are up today. They all are undervalued, every single one of them, and they've got good upside potential. You want some fish? There's some fish. Write them down, take a picture. I don't care. All right, but you want every time you want fish, here's some fish for you right here. All right. I always want to keep on top of what contras are moving, even when the market's moving up, to get a heads up on what is moving. But look at that. Tesla Bear at the top of the list. Nope. Actually, no. It is the semiconductor bear, SOXS, which tells me that a lot of people are taking profits after making tons of money on NVIDIA, AMD, SMCI, TSM. They've made a lot of money. The bearish side is kicking in because a lot of people are taking those profits. If you still hold them, Ryan, if you agree or not, if you're still holding them, you need to start taking profits off the table if you haven't already. Agree or disagree?
I definitely agree with that. I like using the 3 and 8 to start taking some profits off, or even 20-day exponential moving average. I know AMD close to the 20-day. ARM is sitting right above the 20-day exponential. Nvidia's got a little wiggle room from its 20-day, but a lot of these stocks are you don't be afraid to take profits.
And the ETF, the bearish ETF, is telling you that story,
especially with inflation data coming out tomorrow. Fed announcements next week. A lot of reasons, that could ruin a good time in the market.
Okay. All right. So I always want to keep my eyes on that. Let's go to my picks last week. All right. We'll start there because Ryan didn't have any picks last week because he wasn't here. These were my picks last week. CrowdStrike, PALTR, AIQ, Target beat earnings. I was bullish. I was only bearish on Plug. I was only bearish. I'm going to start keeping track of what we're bullish and bearish on.
Oh, I like that in the comments.
Yeah.
Good idea.
All right. So I was only short on Plug. Everything else, I was bullish on. So let's go back a week. Let's go see how I did. Quick test. Ooh, the biggest loser was Plug. All right, the biggest loser was Plug, but Target.
So you would have made some money there.
Yeah, well, I'm going to find out in a second. Palantir actually fell from last week. Oil was up, CrowdStrike was up, and there's my ETF for AI, was up. So let's do this again. Let's take plug out. Quick test. I still lost, but less than 1%. I still lost, but less than 1%. AIQ, Crowd USO went up. Palantir, which I thought would have done well, did not, but it was only down 3%. Target, after nicely beaten earnings, actually fell over 4% week over week. All right. Let's go look at Ryan's picks for this week because he didn't have any for last week. Let's go look at your picks for this week. Let's go peep them out. Talk about them if you want, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, like I said, cybersecurity, AI, very hot spaces right now. Still being bullish on those. I got ARM, Palo Alto, CrowdStrike. Those are the three that are actually up today, so that's always a good sign. Let's see, ARM holdings here, fundamentally kind of mixed. RV at 1.1, RS just below 1. However, strong uptrend. We do have the buy rating here. Now, Palo Alto, again, up day. Nice fundamentals. So if you are more of a fundamental investor, that's probably the one you'd want to pick, at least of these three. However, the trend or the technical is just not in a favor right now. That's why we got the hold rating at the moment. And then we have CrowdStrike, again, up almost 1.5% here. Fundamentally mixed, but the technicals are in our favor here. So those three, positions do look great. Now, SoftBank, that is going to be the ARM Holdings play here. It's down just you see almost 1% here. Fundamentally, not good at all. Relative timing, RT, the short-term price trend, it is a favorable rating. I do know it's been riding off some of that momentum from ARM, has gone into SoftBank itself to the upside. So if you ever pull up on a chart over the last few months, you'll see that. So we do have a hold rating there. I think those four stocks will run good till next week. However, we got Tesla down here. That's the one I'm shorting, just as Glenn is doing as well. A lot of bad news. Look at that, down 4%. So trading at 170. Whew, that thing keeps dropping.
I just changed it in the comments. Short Tesla.
Okay. And then fundamentally mixed. And look at the RT, that magnitude of that downtrend, that's a strong downtrend. So, I know a lot of people like to bottom fish, but, let the trade come to you. Don't rush it. You might just end up losing some money there. You could get lucky, but, that's a strong downtrend. So you'd be very risky trying to do some bottom fishing right now. And what I don't like about Tesla, the market's not at a bottom. The market's getting top heavy, but Tesla's just not participating in the rally at all. We've got a sell rating on it. So, that's, pretty much enough said about Tesla. We all know Tesla's in trouble right now. But yeah, so these five stocks, you see for the most part, tech, I do believe, because even when inflation data comes out, tech's still been rallying. The past few reports, it's been a little hotter than expected, according to the headlines, but we still see rallies in it. So I don't see that, ending this week. I think the bigger challenge will be what the Fed says next week.
And by the way, Kevin, when it comes time to talk about shorting stocks, we will. We definitely will. We'll give you good short plays. But Tesla, if you want to play as a short, is a good short play, or buy puts. And it is optionable. All right. Let's go to my picks. I already put mine in. I'm short Lennar, Texas, and Boeing. Tesla and Boeing. Lennar, I think that they are going to succumb to the same ending as a lot of the building companies are. I think they're going to miss, or it's going to go down. Palantir is just a gem of a stock, not fundamentally sound. All right. So when I say a gem of a stock, they just got a new $178 million contract from the $178 million contract from the Army. They've got contract upon contract upon contract. And then with the new platform, the AIP platform, dealing specifically with AI, I think that it's going to put a lot more wind in the sails. And G Money, I got back into Palantir today after I did this story. I am back into Palantir as of today. I'm going to show you something of why it was in the short. It was in the short that I did today, but this is what I like about it. See this level trend line? Touch today, and look at that bounce. I've got a level of resistance to get through, but I'm not I'm only 5 days off the 3-month high. From the MPI graph, I've got trend and I've got trigger. I don't have a lot of volume yet. But I am going to use this trend line as a way to manage the trade. Very little wick at the top compared to the body, but it's stopping right at that level of resistance of 25.57. If he gets above that, I think it will overtake the 3-month high. All right. So I like the setup on Palantir. I like the news behind it, and I think the stock is responding to the news. Sentinel-1 has earnings today. I think with the craze going on with cybersecurity, Sentinel-1 was a relatively inexpensive stock in the space, not fundamentally sound, but I think the movement of this space is going to do well. It is a hold. And of course, my 2 ones at the bottom are the ones that I'm not happy and warm and fuzzy about. So, and they both have options. You can play options on those. Bikramjit. Sentinel-1 is number 2 in cybersecurity as per Gartner. Is it good to hold? Again, it comes out with earnings after the bell. I would say keep your eyes on that, but I think the space is hot enough that it will go up. We'll see. It's way overvalued though. Way overvalued, not fundamentally sound. I just like the space and I think that it could run up. All right. 231, Ryan. Ooh, we can go look at. Oh no, I got one more set of fish to give.
Oh yeah.
Top VST, another search that I've gotten for you. Top VST stocks where the 3 crossed above the 8 over the last 3 days. How about this? This is a stock that I put you on to about a month ago. Alarum made the list. It's a top. Look at all these VSTs. It is a top VST stock where the 3 and the 8 just crossed over the last 3 days. Gigatech is in here. Top Builders is in here. Molina Healthcare is in here. All right, so we got some stocks that are on the move. Every single one of these stocks are on the move today, but these are all top VST stocks that have great relative values, which means they have growth. One stock, this is just moving. It's just moving. I'd be careful with this one. This is more of my speculative play, even though it's got a VST, nice VST. This is still one of my more speculative plays where all the rest of them are good. Look at all of these earnings growths.
That speculative play, that's the only one with negative earnings growth rate.
That's absolutely right. So that is my speculative play. It's up 17% today, but it is a top VST stock. Look at all these CIs all above 1 as well. I've got to search to find these stocks for you on a weekly basis. All right, so that's more fish for you. We've given you 15 fish or so. All right, now customer picks last week. Let's go see what you did last week. The Palantir way overvalued though. Raphael, I'm with you on that. I am absolutely with you on that. I totally understand. If you don't like to play overvalued plays, I wouldn't touch Palantir. But again, Palantir with the addition to a 4th platform along with the contracts, I think it's going to still be a good play. Still going to be a good play. All right. Here's the picks you had last week. Let's go back, see what you did. And then we'll go look at your picks for this week. All right. Joey, got to show me how many likes we got. Oh, hold on. Let me quick test these. Wow. Look at what they 5%. Did, Ryan. Look at what they did, right?
They're good.
They kicked butt and took names. Good.
I like to see that they got in a square. Lunar.
Wow. Lunar. Look at that.
Up
Lunar,
12%.
Nice move. All right. I did the video on Lunar, and then after we got on the moon, it fall down, go boom, and the stock fall down, go boom too. Nice rebound. I still think that this is a feel-good stock. With the company's ability to get and do more stuff on the moon is a good play for them. It's a good
And there's
play
probably a good chance for another pump down the road.
Well,
so if you can get in at a good price,
it's gonna
might work out well for you.
It's gonna be a bit volatile though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Abercrombie and Fitch, one of the best stocks in the list overall, was down about 7%. But you guys blew the market. You guys blew the market out of the building. All right, let's go look at your picks. We got 60 almost. I'm gonna give you 7 stocks. We got 7 stocks.
7 stocks.
NNX down. DAKT.
Hit that like button. Yeah. Every 10 likes, we do a stock.
Right now, I'm only doing 7 stocks. Wing, Chop, LFMD. How many stocks is that? Let me stop it there. That is 7 stocks.
7.
That's exactly what I got. So I'm looking after LFMD. I'm going to write down, I got USORCL and Adobe. That's the levels. That's the spaces they came in. We got 79. I'll give you one and that's you. All right. That's 80.
Unity Software. There we go.
That's 80. And I've got the next 3 will be Sentinel-1, Oracle, and then Adobe if I get enough likes. If not, it's all right. Glenn, just in case you're too involved to notice, most customer picks are from stocks you gave in earlier weeks. Mike, all I'm looking for is what stock picks you guys are looking at. And I actually haven't noticed for the most part. Sorry about that, but I am just putting out there what you guys are looking. So you got 88. I'll give you one more. That's Sentinel. That's close. I give you Sentinel. So you is off the list. Sentinel is off the list. The next stock, if we get 100 likes, will be Oracle. All right. But Mike, thank you for that because I did not know. All right. Oh, I meant that's why they do well. I know. I want honest pick. Wow. Annex is up 29%. Good. Googly muggly.
Dang.
Let's go see what the stock news on is on that. Let me pull this from over here. What the flying flip happened to it? 23 predicts 140 rally storm by. Take Zach's approach, beat the market. Annex, Zach's Global Annex Bioscience to present at TD Cowen 40. Listen,
Okay.
That was 15 days ago. Press release. 15, I got nothing. I don't know. All right. Well, how many we got? We got 92. Well, we're not going to, if we don't get to 100, these are the stocks that we got. All right. This is the stocks that we got. I think the only thing, I think it's fair to ask to put some skin in the game. If you want me to see your stocks, 1 stock for every 10 likes, 1 stock for every 10 likes. All right. Let's go check them out. Let's put these on graph and then let's go open up the portfolio. Let's go find AMA. Look at you guys, 2.5%. The stops are in place. I'm going to take them off for right now. Edit. And let's go see how many.
Look at all those winners.
They got a lot
on
of
the ROI.
Look at that. My stop, I think, is let me see. What is the stop? The stop is a 30-10, 30% gain, 10% loss. Let's see real quick if we closed out of any. Close 313, which is today. We got out of Sox Long at a 10% loss. DRV, we got out. 3-1. DRV at 9%. Wow, we were in Celsius. We made 30% on that. We were in BDTX. We made 30% on that. We were in SMCI. We made 36% on that. But notice we can make money with more losses than gainers as long as we limit. Again, 10% I think is a good loss percentage to keep us good. You guys are up 2.5%. All right. Sort this alphabetically so I don't duplicate. All right. Let's go see what's hot and what's not. Let's go 3-month graph. Hot or not? Linda. Ooh.
I'm going to go not.
I'm going to go not as well. I like today. Was this an earnings play? No, was not an earnings play.
It looks like the buying pressure ran out just at that level of resistance.
Holy smokes. I'm going to say not on this. I like
no trigger.
The day trade was a good day trade. Linda, bouncing off support right here at 506 this morning. Nice move. I'm going to say not though. Annex not need more. Annex not need. I need to get it above this horizontal line of the 3-month high. So I'm not feeling it. Wait until it beats the earnings 318. All right. Let's go. We'll keep our eyes on it, which is 5 days from now? Yep. And if it beats, maybe Ryan or I will do a short or video on it and shout you out, Linda. Maybe if it sucks, I'm going to do the video and really say, see, Linda, see what you did. That's what I'm going to do. So either way, Linda, we're going to shout you out. Either way, we're going to shout you out. All right. We're going to go no on annexing. All right. Let's go. Did you take the mouse? Let's go to the next one. Ooh.
I think that's hot.
I say that's hot too. We had a level of resistance. Trigger trend volume. I'm saying yes on that.
New high,
Linda
momentum,
said cool.
Everything looks good there.
I'm going to say yes
trade.
to that. Sound, yes or no? Sound is hot. All right.
Hot.
Sound is hot. Let's go. Do we have it? We do not. Let's add a trade. SOUN. That's a good looking chart right there. $8 is cheap. Grand.
$1,000.
All right. It's in there. And there it is. It's making money already, up about 0.1%. All right.
Just threw it in and started making
I'm
money.
going to give you one more stock. The next stock is Oracle. So we're going to add Oracle to the list. All right. Ooh. LFMD. Hot or not? I like the move on this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Freehand line. Earnings was a couple of days ago. Nice open candle, no wick. So Ryan, I think it's hot. I think it needs to break through this, but I'm okay to, it's so close. I'm okay to take it as a hot. You?
Let's take it as a hot. We got
it.
a stop on there. That'll work.
All right. I like, it's right at the 3 month, right there at the 3. And I'm getting hots. All right. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. LFMD. Do we have it? ELHIJKL. Nope. I got to go through the alphabet. Gosh, dang it. It's not that funny, Ryan. It's really not that funny. LFMD.
You still count on your fingers
I
too,
do. And I got to take off my shoes to count on my toes too. Target investment. 1,000. Apply. All right. We're getting into LFMD. It's like LMFAO. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep on going. Powell was great. It pulled back. I like that it found a level of support.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting new trigger. I'm going to add something else. Where's the MACD? Ooh.
It's converging.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, the volume really hasn't shot up that much over the last 3 days. The volume was stronger during the sell-off than in the rally. You notice? You see that?
I do.
So that's my concern. I'm going to say not.
I'm going to say not for a couple of reasons. One, because the mismatch between the move and the volume, and with the move and MACD going down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say no on POWL. David says medium well. That doesn't help me. Medium well. So,
this ain't no steak, David.
I'm not ready for this. All right, so
All right.
I'm gonna say no. Anybody else? All right, guys, you don't want to talk then? Oh well. All right, next stock. You know what I got yesterday, Ryan? Just to let you know, somebody paid me $50 to go look at their stock yesterday. So guess what?
Well, if anybody wants to pay me $50, go look at it.
I went and looked at that stock. They weren't supposed to get any more, but he paid me $50. I said yes, sir, and I went and looked at All right, so Kiwi says
the price
shop
for 10 likes
yes.
these days.
Huh?
I guess that's the price for 10 likes these days.
Yep. We do have to look at Oracle though. All right, Shopify channel.
Ooh.
No trigger.
Yeah, if I'm not holding it already, there's no rush to buy it.
I agree.
A lot of indecision, a lot of tight trading.
Look at this.
I'd wait for a breakout.
Look at that one right there. Shooting star right at that level of resistance. Follow through. And then we move back up and stopped right at that level of resistance. I am shop. I'll go long. Looks good. Who the hell says that? Where does that look good?
MACD's negative, histogram's negative. We're at a level of resistance. If we were at a level of support, I might be a little bit optimistic. But with these technicals at a level of resistance, I'm not comfortable. I'd have to wait to see it break at that resistance level.
Thank you for keeping me sane, because I was sitting there going, what? All right. So thank you. That you did a great job analyzing that without getting angry. So you're like, so what do I say now, Glenn? Nothing.
No,
We'll
no
just,
anger.
it's
No
a
anger.
no. How about that? It's a no.
It's a no.
All right. Unity. Earnings. And since earnings, the stock has done what?
Crashed.
It's at a level of support. It's at a level of support. Little wick at the top. I like that. I got no trend. I got no trigger. And MACD.
Who in here owns Unity?
I'm not getting into that.
Don't let your emotions take over.
I'm not getting into that. I was gonna say something like that, but I said no.
We're at a level of support right now, and it's kind of iffy if we're even going to get a bounce back from that support. So, I'm obviously it's a no.
It was Charles says the candle was a gravestone. It could have been either, right? It could have been a gravestone. I think it also is a shooting star. The wick is more than twice the body, so I think both terms fit there. Kate says, delete Unity from VectorVest altogether. We can't do that. Michael says, Ryan
Unity,
liked it. Did you?
Yeah, I did Unity in a video for like a metaverse video. Ooh, that was like last fall. But I haven't looked at Unity in a while.
Can happen across a year, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say no on Unity. All right. Who said Rick James? I'm Rick James. No, I'm not going to say that. Sentinel. I know. I can't say that. That's
Joey, hit that mute button. Get that mute button ready.
Joey's not. Joey's like shaking his head. He's going, no, go ahead. Let him go. Let him go.
We'll learn today.
What would Glenn do for just $10? It ain't that kind of party, Tabula. I'm just trying to. It ain't that kind of party, Tabula.
Hey, Joey might know.
Joey says every time he sees a crazy comment, it's Tabula. And it's not that kind of party. Sentinel 1. Earnings comes out tonight.
That's a lot of consolidation.
I agree. I'm bullish because of the space. I'm bullish on the stock because of the space. But before I would buy, it's got to break through this level of resistance, and it's got another level of resistance to go as well. But Ryan is right. Just over the last 3 months, there's been a lot of consolidation. It's your pick. You guys, in regards to
say no.
buying it, no, we're not buying it. We're not buying it. But I do like the stock going into earnings tonight. Again, only based on the cybersecurity space. Glenn hopes Unity and Lunar have a baby. Wow.
What would you call it?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't ask that question because
Uner?
Because Kevin's gonna put something in there. I don't want to know. I'm not trying to find out. Yeah. It's going to gap up, says Jazz. If it beats earning, it might. And you know something? Could it gap up and pass through the 3-month high? Ooh, that would be big. I'd like the space. And I think more people are paying attention to the cybersecurity space. Ryan has done videos on it. I have done videos on it. That's the only reason why I think it beats. And it possibly does. Lunar's baby daddy. See, I knew I didn't want to know the answer. And he works here. And he works here. So I'm gonna go to the back of his chair and scare the heck out of him. That's what I'm gonna do. Moonity. Wow. Moonity.
Moonity.
We're gonna say no on
Kevin's been waiting all morning to say that joke.
Moonity. Wow. Hey Joey, did you get your share of the $50 on Monday?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I give Joey his cut.
He didn't get none of it. DAKT.
Daktronics here. I don't like that wick today.
I don't
going
either.
Into that resistance.
So now we go back to, I don't think that this is, I think that's more of a shooting star than not. Right at, blew through resistance and came back down. They couldn't put enough pressure to keep it up above resistance. I'm going to say no. Kevin says, I lost $1,800 on Lunar. Still love you, Glenn. I owned it. I said, when it hit my stop, I was in it. When it hit my stop, I got out. I'm going to say no on DAKT.
Mm-mm.
All right. And thank you for still loving me, Kevin. Listen, I can't always be right.
Thank you for still
I can't always be right. I can only give my side of the story. I can give my insight. That's a shooting star, says Charles. All right.
Definitely.
Not a gravestone doji. All right. I got you. I thank you. See, I like somebody who keeps me, honest. All right. Let's go to Wingstop. I mean, I love me some wings. Ooh, lost trigger. That trend. Look at that stock. It's just been beautiful.
It's a nice move.
You know, this is something I would keep on the watch list and wait for a better opportunity. I'm going to say not hot, but I love the equity curve over the last 3 months. I would definitely keep this in the watch list. Do you agree?
I agree.
Right.
It definitely looks like one to keep on your radar there. I mean, that's a beautiful chart.
Oh my
3
gosh.
months, nice and smooth.
Lou says, DAKT, I like it. Looks good. Looks good for when? Let me hit the crickets.
You got crickets?
Yeah, I got
buttons.
crickets. You can't hear it? No.
No.
I'm going to say, I'll go for the wings, not for the stock list. I like you, Blaine, for that.
Hey,
I love the wings. You know, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings the other night, and then I put on my Facebook, I tried the challenge, the hot challenge, because the guy who ordered it couldn't do it. You got to eat the wings in X amount of, man, I took one bite. I burned my mouth like nobody's business. That was at Buffalo Wild Wings, though.
Oh, United Health cyber attack? Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, did you?
You see that comment?
I do. When? Ask Akshaya,
That was
because this might be
yesterday.
old news. Ask Akshaya. I didn't hear.
Ask Akshaya.
Ask Akshaya. All right, so we get to put one more stock up. We get to put one more stock up, and that was Oracle. We got 117. If we get 120, I'll put one more. Other than that, this is going to be the last stock. ORCL. Let's go take a look at it, because the next stock is Adobe. That'll be the last stock. All right, if we get 120 likes. Now, let's go look at Oracle. Oh, I just did a video on it yesterday, right? And it did beat. It must have beat.
Is that a dark cloud cover?
Yes.
It gapped
No,
up?
that's a bearish engulfing.
Or yeah, bearish engulfing. Yeah.
That's a bearish engulfing. So
Not
it
a
did
good,
beat.
That's not a good sign.
No, so tell you what I am going to look for, though.
Especially with that big of a gap. Oof.
I'm going to put it to that level of the gap of about 124.47. It's trading at 125.71. So if you did get in because of the video that I did yesterday, I still think that it's got some really big upside. All right. Today's activity doesn't coincide with that, but I got trigger, I got trend. Even though it's short, I do have trigger and trend early. What? It's wings coated with carbs and sugar. Who cares?
Yep.
I bought Glenn going soft. How did I go soft?
That's what I was laughing at when I read that.
I bought Oracle at $100 and Glenn ignored it. Lou, you do know how many people I look at throughout the day, whether it's on a live stream, on a live stream. You do realize that, right? So, you guys want it or not, yes or no on Oracle? You need to give a minute or two at the end of the show to tell us upcoming news we need to know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, Brian does that every month, every Monday.
Yeah.
That's something you guys need to go pay attention to that. Every Monday, Ryan does a synopsis of what to look for the week. It's one of the Monday shorts.
Yeah, pick the big earnings, the big economic calendar news that's coming out, just general news. Look at the homepage of the VectorVest software. It's actually less than 5 minutes. So if you want it usually comes out, by noon, 11 Eastern at the latest, but it's a good way, just kind of, there's a lot of news out there, a lot of information. So, it might be something that you missed that's in the video, but definitely worth watching.
So there you go. For that, Janice, he does take care of that, of what to look for. We got 121. Is that enough for Oracle? Oh, that was Oracle. Is that enough? I got 6 minutes. One more. Adobe. ADB.
They got their earnings tomorrow.
Who? Adobe?
Adobe.
Adobe's got earnings. Yep. We're going to ask, oh man, the MACD is getting better, but it's still low. No trigger, no trend. Just earnings.
Yep, just
and
earnings.
we got a shooting star, Charles, right? Right at support. I'm going to say no on Adobe. So
tonight's 6 p.m. video is actually on Adobe.
Huh?
Tonight's 6 p.m. video that I did is on Adobe.
Oh, Are you? All right. So I'm not gonna. You don't tell them if you're bullish or bearish on it. They need.
No, I'm not going to tell you. But I will say there's a huge competitor out there that you're probably familiar with that's giving Adobe a run for its money, and that's what a lot of the video has to do about. So definitely check it out.
Oh, it says, Glenn, see my next comment for Akshaya to give us the news, not you. Oh, is that what it was? I know. Akshaya was like, yo, this is like, old news. I'm like, what? I'm looking at the dates of the story. Look at the dates of the story. So, all right, we're at 2:55. We're done. Here's the good news link. Look at that. Oh, whoa. That's not us. Why are you giving out that link, David? We want them to look at our Monday video. Stop giving out links to somebody else in this case. Sorry, it's our Monday link that on YouTube that Ryan does that gives an update of what's going on for the week. You need to watch that. We don't set an alert for it, but you guys need to get used to going to the YouTube channel to look for it. It's about, as Ryan said, about midday every Monday. So Janice, just like you just said it, we were already all on it. All right. Put me on the end and we're done. I'm not going to say goodbye for 5 minutes. Here we go. Ryan, you want to sign off? Because Joey's about to piss me off. You want to sign off?
I'll sign off.
Okay.
I was gone last week.
Whatever.
Well, VV Nation, it definitely feels good to be back. Sustained a little injury, so if you saw me rubbing my shoulder a little bit during the live stream, I apologize.
So tell them what happened, Ryan.
Oh man, I was skiing down Winter Park, going down a black run. Snowboarder wipes me out on Sunday. So I'm gonna go get an MRI after today's live stream. So if you watch the video tonight and I seem not my average self, that's probably why.
All right. Joey said stop talking and sign us off.
But hopefully everything will go well. Hey, but yeah, just keep an eye out. We got PPI data tomorrow morning. That's going to be the big cause for volatility tomorrow morning. So, other than that, love you guys. Love you, Glenn. I'll see you guys next week. All right. See you.
See ya.